Good afternoon from this end. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
My name is Lawal. Uh, I will be asking you questions in this AMA, in this call. Basically, it will be some basic questions to the team, and also what will be the idea, what is the underlying idea about digital gold. I suppose this will be the first call. This will be the first community call for the project. So I expect everything to be much explained and should be introduced well to the community. So to get this started, we'll start to ask about, you to tell us a bit about yourself. I suppose you are the CEO of Digital Gold. So we would like to know a bit about you in person.
Okay, great. Thank you. First of all, good morning, and I appreciate you taking out time to do this with me. So yeah, my name is Dale Johnston. I'm the CEO and founder of Digital Gold. Let's see, I'm 45 years old. I have a background in computers, electrical, electronics, video and sound editing, website design. My first endeavor, I think, as an entrepreneur was I was one of the founding members of CTech Solar, one of New England's largest private solar installation companies. From there, I moved on to starting another company called Potential Energy, which did home energy audits. Did that for a few years, and now I'm on to making my own token on Cardano.
So any information you have to share about your team?
My team is small right now. It's just 4 of us, maybe 5 of us. Actually, there's someone I just spoke with yesterday might be coming on, but it's a small team right now, but I'm actually looking for new people to be involved with the project. That's actually something that we're focusing on now. And yeah, just we're going to continue to grow over the next 6 months to a year here and try to get the right people into the right places so that we can make this all really happen.
Okay, that's great. Also, I read on the website in the light paper, there is some sort of utility that will be attached to the ecosystem, more so to the digital gold or probably to digital silver, which has to do with the kind of lending, borrowing, and all of that. Can you say a thing or two about that?
I missed the first part of that.
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My mic, it pulls out every once in a while. I missed the first part of that. Can you repeat the first part of that again?
Oh yeah, I see. I read on the website, on the official website. Part of the utility, part of the features we are to expect in the ecosystem is it has to do with lending, borrowing, and all of that stuff. So I'm just curious, can you elaborate a bit about that?
Sure. The details aren't hashed out yet. And actually we want to get a lot of the community feedback on which way that we want to build this. But the basic idea and principle behind it is, with our Digiverse app, which encompasses the social, economic, and gaming platform dashboard that we're building, there's going to be a function in there where you'll be able to take your digital gold, your digital silver, and your digital diamonds and put it up for collateral and be able to either fund loans for other community members or borrow against your own collateral that you've put up. We also want to look at aspects where something like Meld.com is doing, where they have a thing called the Genius Loan, where the staking of your crypto pays back your loan. So that's something that we're looking into now. I don't really have much details on that now, but yeah, so the main principle behind it is you'll be able to choose your digital gold, your digital silver, and your digital diamonds as collateral to borrow against or loan out to make interest on it for loans that you give out to the community. So it'll work both ways. You can lend it and borrow it.
Okay. And I suppose all of this is looked out to in the perspective of regulations. A lot of creeping in is creeping in into the crypto space. Regulations are trying to grapple all of that. So I hope there is a proper outlook from the feds and the regulatory aspect.
Right. Now, see, that's part of the problem here in the United States, where the Digital Gold Foundation LLC is formed. We have to follow the rules here. And with such a murky, unclear outlook of what the regulatory environment looks like, I can't really make any decisions on that yet. I'm kind of waiting for them to finish their regulations. And once the regulations are done, we'll build that product around what's legal. We don't want to do anything illegal, and we don't want to jump in too early before they have everything hashed out. Because I don't want to find myself or anyone else in trouble for not following the rules. So we'll let the Fed figure out what they want to do first, and then we'll make a product that fits those regulations. It'll always have the basic lending and borrowing principles, but we got to stay within their guidelines and their rules.
Yeah.
Which
So
they
how
don't,
about charity?
which they don't even have yet at this point. So
Yeah. So how about charity? I saw something about that in your website. Percentage of the tokens will be allocated for charity. How
correct.
would that be like?
10% of the total supply is going to charity. We're going to let the community decide what charity those are. Right off the jump, we're not going to give anything out because the token's value is so low right now. But as the token gains value over time, we're going to use those tokens to fund different charities, different projects throughout the world. Try to do a little bit good, try to give back, especially with the way things are in this world today. Everything's a little bit crazy. It'd be nice if we could do our part to give back, maybe do a little good in the world. At most token projects now, you see the owner and the team take 40% of the tokens. They rug pull the community, don't do anything. Well, we did everything totally different. We gave 99% of the tokens out to the public. And out of that 99%, 10% of that supply is going to charity. And using the power of the community, I hope to, get some great ideas and great charities that we can give to. And maybe we can even go farther than that. Maybe we can, help set up different projects around the world that'll actually do some good in communities.
Yeah, I suppose that, with your vast experience in entrepreneurial businesses and all of that, is a good one. So if from what you've said earlier, if 99% of the token is going to the community, then you as a team, what do you stand for? How are you going to make it, what is your stand with the project if you have no allocations for yourselves?
Well, I believe in the project. So I'm going to be buying tokens the same way everybody else is. We're committed to a fair launch. And with that fair launch, only 210,000 of the tokens have been set aside to early supporters of this project. We raised $21,000 early on to market and promote this project, and those 21,000 tokens will be distributed among those people who put in money to do that. But outside of that, the team and myself included, if we believe in the project, we'll have to purchase tokens like everybody else. We're no different than everybody else. And I think that's something that's not really ever been done in crypto. And I'm proud of that we're doing it that way. And I'll be in line with everybody else. And I believe in the project, so I will be purchasing tokens. I actually sent my own wallet address into the to the Twitter space so I could get my 1,000 token giveaway. So I'm no different than everybody else. And at the end of the,
Wow.
yeah, I'm not, it makes it really hard to rug pool if we don't have anything to rug pool.
That's correct. That's correct. So from what you've said earlier now, already we have the team have some funding already that has been generated from those supporters, like you said earlier, if I get you correct.
Correct.
Wow, this is some good one. Okay, so where are you going to get further funding to develop the project?
For the 21,000 we're trying to raise, we've raised about, I didn't do the numbers after yesterday, but I think about 60-70% of it has already been raised.
Okay.
So we're somewhere in the $15,000 range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take much. I've been doing digital marketing for years. And I just wanted to raise enough capital to get us to phase 3 of our launch, where the auction starts. And then by then, I think the money generated from the auction and the token sales can fund this thing, and we won't need any outside investors anymore. So I'm really trying to bootstrap this thing and use the minimum of everything to get it to a point where the token takes over and can support itself. So that was kind of my plan with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So what is the focus now? What is the focus of the team with the project in, let's say, the next 3 to 6 months? What will be the focus?
The focus over the next 6 months, starting May 1st, next weekend, 7 days from now, where starts the Twitter giveaway. We're giving 1,000 tokens to the first 1,000 people who follow us on Twitter and send over their Cardano wallet address. After that will be a random drop where people will you'll send in 15 ADA and you'll get randomly 250, 500, 1,000 or 2,000 tokens dropped to you. When that is done, we'll move to a fair launch auction, which where I believe that's going to be in 1,000 token blocks. And once that's done, we'll move into a token sale. And then once that phase is done, we're moving into putting it on exchanges. Now, we kept 9% of the tokens back to use for liquidity on exchanges. Now, will that all happen in 6 months? I don't know. I probably 6 months to a year. It depends on how this thing's rolling. If it keeps rolling like it's been rolling, it might be 6 months. I'm shocked at how fast this thing is really growing. But in the near future here, in the near term, I really want to just work on strengthening the vision and the mission, and really getting across to the community what the plan and the goal and the vision of this token is, and getting the community involved when setting up proposals and voting on proposals. And it's really important to me that we get the community in early to be a part of the decision-making process. And then we go from there.
Yeah, I suppose that. Well, I think we have someone join us from the community. Wow, welcome to join us.
Yeah, it's me. Hello. I'm just using an old account, so I'll just change over the pictures and you'll recognize me soon enough. So sorry for joining in late, everyone.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. Good morning. How are you?
Good evening here. I'm doing great. Just wanted to hop over and see what's going on, and I wanted to understand more about this project.
Well, do you have any questions? Because we were just kind of getting finished up. So if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them for you.
All right, then I'm sorry, my my throat is not too well, but I
I'm
wanted
going
to
through the
ask.
same thing right now.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So you understand what I'm going through. So a few questions I have. First off is what, where do you expect this, protocol project to lead towards? Like, what's the goal for this?
Well, the main goal is, the end game is designing like a dashboard application that allows for social, economic, and gaming, a social, economic, and gaming platform that's all integrated into one dashboard that'll be interoperable first with Cardano, and then hopefully in the future other blockchains. So one of the biggest issues that cryptocurrency has when I try to get new people involved in it, it's very complicated. So what our goal is to build something that is super easy to use, where you'll be able to move from social media to banking to your gaming apps all seamlessly in one easy to use dashboard. So that's the goal. We haven't started on that process yet. Right now, it's just building the community and in the website and all that. But that's kind of our end game, trying to make something that's very easy for people to use, that allows them to not have to leave one dashboard. They can do everything they want, from banking to lending to social media to their crypto wallet to their regular bank to their gaming platform, all in one space.
I absolutely love that idea because honestly, we all know that crypto is the future, but currently, mass adoption is not really going to happen because the entry barrier is quite high in regards to how to utilize cryptocurrency. I can buy cryptocurrency easily. I can buy it from any exchange, but how do I utilize the coin? How do I transfer it to a layer one? How do I interact with protocols, DeFi, so on and so forth? So I think that's a really, really nice approach, really, really nice goal. So I'll just follow up with another question. So because this goal is really grand, like it is amazing seeing someone who's trying to work towards this goal, but it is difficult at the same time. So how do you, are there any milestones, or are there any things that you'll do to, try to gear towards getting to that perspective?
Good question. Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to build everything kind of as solo pieces at first. So we'll build this little social media section. We'll build the banking and lending app. We'll build the gaming platform, and then work over the years to integrate it. But that's actually a good question, because what I think we'll add to the website is a more in-depth roadmap for the actual application process once we start to define what that really is going to be. Right now, it's just really generic. But as the community grows and we get more feedback from the community, we'll definitely be able to define that and let people have a better view at what we're planning to do with that.
I had a question just a second ago, but it just completely poofed away from my head. But yeah, I like, darn it, I don't really remember the question. So before I pass on the time to anyone else, like Lawal, I know you're here. Just a quick question: am I really late for this meeting? When did this start?
Yeah, it started at 8. It started at 8 o'clock. We were actually just finishing up. But no worries.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to apologize because I kind of did the time zone thing. So for me, it's 8:54 p.m. and I told my partner I have to get ready for this Zoom thing because it's at 9. So I'm glad I came in early.
Yeah,
So,
we've been having time zone issues pretty much every day with this. So what we're doing, we're going to have these moving forward the first Saturday of every month. And what we're going to do is we'll post every time zone. So everybody will know, because 2 days in a row, we've had the same issue.
Nice.
Everybody's trying to convert the time, and then, 2 hours after it's over. We had one yesterday, and 2 hours after it was over, I'm getting messages that people are joining the Zoom meeting. So we'll start posting that in the future. We'll make it real easy for everybody.
Okay. So I hope I'm not taking too much time if I ask one more question.
No, not at all. I'm glad to have the questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I wanted to ask, I don't know if I asked it a minute ago, how are you going to like recruit members or teammates? Because, based on what I've heard, this is actually a really beautiful thing what you're trying to do, but it is very difficult to accomplish. And I personally don't know how many people you have, so on and so forth. So that's why I'm just asking this question.
Currently, we have 4 people only on the project. As far as developers, we only have 1. And moving forward into the future, I'm going to have to use the international community. And we've already actually started kind of headhunting. We're looking for 3 full stack developers, and then we'll grow from there. But it's not easy with Haskell. The developers for Haskell are very difficult to find. I'm actually considering making it over on a different blockchain and then using the converter to bring it over, because I can find those developers easier. But that'll all have to, come out in the wash over the next couple months. But we're currently looking for developers to do what we need to do. It hasn't been easy so far, though.
Well, in the coming months, for instance, in June we have the hard fork coming in, and basically a lot of protocols and projects, they're just waiting for the hard fork to come in. So it'll be a lot easier to build protocols on Cardano. Well, I don't know if that's actually going to help the team, but I hope that does.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think it might. I think we will be. You know what else also too? I'm actually reaching out to, what's the Cardano team there? The Plutus team. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I'm actually trying to get into that beltway now so that I can utilize IOHK's group of Plutus training. They have a training.
Catalyst?
I'm sorry?
Are you talking about the Project Catalyst Fund?
Yes, yeah, but not the Catalyst Fund, the Plutus training. There's a Plutus training, and I don't remember the name of it, but I'm trying to utilize that so that when a new developer gets trained in Haskell, that I'll be able to connect with them right out of the gate. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
Nope.
The Project Catalyst is the 8th voting is being conducted right now, and in a while, the next Project Catalyst will start again, and you can definitely send out a proposal, and you will receive funds if the proposal and everything else is good. And all the other proposals I believe are online, and you can search it up, and this can possibly help you out for the project too.
Yeah, and once I feel that the website is kind of reflects the vision that we want to give to everybody, I'm going to quickly move into that aspect. But I was into so much marketing and just trying to get everything set up that I haven't even been able to tackle that task yet. But I'm looking forward to getting away from website design and moving over to applying for some Project Catalyst funds and trying to build this team so we have a better set of developers.
I absolutely like the vision that you have. I just want to reiterate that I absolutely would like something like this to prosper, because for me, it's always difficult to talk about cryptocurrency to my friends, my colleagues, my partner, my family, because it's just too difficult to explain. And at the same time, because there are just too many hurdles to to jump over, to just go through a simple smart protocol, a smart contract. So if something like this does work and, heads over to mainstream, this would, be a catalyst towards mass adoption. More people would probably jump over to this. And I personally am very, very on board to what you're doing. And if there's anything I can, help out with, I would be more than happy to.
We greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we might actually reach out and if there's anything you could do, we'd be glad to have you help. And I'm excited for this project. It's been a fun project. It's been a wild ride already. It's growing way faster than I expected. Actually, a little bit too fast, too early. But but yeah, it's something that I know we'll be able to get done. And if we build the right community, I know the community will have all the answers, and we'll be able to go from there.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. I truly believe on organic growth, and at the same time, how, even if if you start small, you're engaging with your community, you're talking with them, you're keeping them in a loop, for to say, let them know what is the vision and what we're trying to do. It builds a lot of trust, and with this trust, word of mouth starts happening. People would talk about the protocol, and we would have some organic growth, and that's what really works for any project, if you ask me.
And I think that's paramount. I don't think there is any chance in the current crypto market. I think the days of a token or a coin growing without anybody having any research done about it or knowing anything about it, I think those days are fading fast.
Yeah,
I think the future is community backed and based cryptocurrencies. I know that getting the community involved, they'll be able to come up with ideas and answers I haven't even thought of.
Yeah, I agree.
And we'll be able to actually make this thing materialize a lot faster, build trust with the community, and really all work together to build something that I think is actually really necessary. And we'll do it on a token on Cardano.
That's lovely.
That I'm a Cardano maxi. I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't do anything. I don't do anything with Bitcoin or Ethereum anymore. I'm completely done. So
I like you can take a look at Indigo protocol for to say like what Indigo protocol did and how they approached towards people. Like for me, I have to be very honest. Initially, I just joined an Indigo protocol because I've watched a video online. There was this YouTuber who said, "Oh, there's going to be an airdrop," so I just joined in the Discord, and then one thing led to another. It was very layered. Their airdrop. It was very layered. First, you have to do A, and then you have to do B, and final step is there's like a quiz you have to do. And all the questions from the quiz is basically about the protocol, what its mission, vision, and what it's going to do, so on and so forth. And then that let not just me and many more people understand more about the project. And because of what they did, that process, I am more bullish on that protocol. And I think that's something, I know it might not be easy, but I think that kind of approach toward awareness it's a pretty decent way.
Yeah, I wasn't even aware that they did it that way. I just got familiar with them in the last couple of days myself, but I actually like that idea. That's pretty cool. It's almost kind of like the Coinbase thing, take the little tests, earn money.
Yeah, I do understand the Coinbase thing, but I personally like it's basically the same thing, but just they added some difficulty and then they extended the time, and then they had mods and people actually having discussions over that Discord server. So yeah, that I personally, if I have to say, amongst all the protocol or Cardano, I'd have to say I'm most bullish on Indigo because they actually organically build their community.
Yeah, it's
And
beautiful.
that's beautiful, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, would that be all, Wawa?
Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm really sorry. This time zone thing really plagued me. I'm really sorry. I was supposed to be a little more than 5 minutes earlier before the interview, but not before this Zoom meeting. But I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, it's all cool. I think we have CryptoJet here. I suppose you will have 1 or 2 questions to ask. CryptoJet, can you unmute yourself?
What's happening, guys?
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Hey there.
A couple questions. First of all, Bitcoin itself it's a coin. Are you trying to build digital gold on top of Cardano?
Yes.
So that would make it a token, correct?
Token, correct.
So it really could never be the same as Bitcoin in that case.
In that terminology, correct. Yeah, it can't be the same as Bitcoin. It's not its own blockchain. It runs on Cardano. But as far as the aspects behind Bitcoin, it can all the aspects as far as store of value, a transactional peer-to-peer. It's got all that, but at the same time, we're going to be able to. It's a programmable version of Bitcoin where you'll be able to build applications on.
Right, I get that, but part of the reason that it is a store of value is because you can't do any of that kind of stuff.
Well, I would disagree with that. Could you explain that a little bit more, that statement?
Well, like a store of value is something that it's hard to get. You know, it takes like, like in Bitcoin's example, it takes proof of work. Like you have to physically have a computer doing work to mint that coin.
Right.
Whereas on Cardano, it's proof of stake. So as long as you're proving that you're participating in the governance, whatever, you're minting the coin. So what I'm saying is Bitcoin is to be Bitcoin, you have to have proof of work. This is something that Charles himself doesn't understand. It's a requirement. If you go and actually try to mine gold, it takes physical work of some form to produce that product.
Right. Yeah, and I see what you're saying there. So you're saying because of the proof of work protocol, it's that work that gives Bitcoin its value.
Correct. So how are you going to get people to, I don't know what I'm trying to ask here, but I'm trying to see how you're trying to get people to see a proof of.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. I think all this is evolving around the Bitcoin killer buzzword that was used in the website.
Okay, so you're not trying to equal Bitcoin. You're going to try to do something different.
Yeah. So let me
give it the same kind of value.
Actually, let me take a step back because Jed, you weren't here at the beginning of the thing earlier. So the Bitcoin killer in the comparison to Bitcoin, we're actually backing away from it. It was more of a tongue-in-cheek joke when I started this project. We're actually moving away from the Bitcoin killer and everything. So the value of this will strictly come from the value that's put into the token. I understand that Bitcoin gets its value from the proof of work protocol, from the machines actually doing the work. Just like if you were mining gold, it would be the physical. In this case, it's going to be the lockup later on with the coin. You'll be able to, we're going to have a banking and lending app that there'll be a social, economic, and gaming platform dashboard that will all work together. And in there, you'll be able to stake your digital gold for collateral. You'll be able to stake digital silver, and there'll be other tokens such as Cardano that will be backing digital gold to give it its value. So the actual value doesn't come from like a proof of work, computers doing the work. The value will come from, it'll be ADA backed in the future. I hope
Okay.
that answers that a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that was the main question I had, so that works.
Yeah, see,
right
my
there.
thing is we're just, to me, Bitcoin, when I started this project, Bitcoin was old technology. It's kind of like the flip phone or MySpace at this point. It only does one thing, and it does it very well. But the problem I see, and I could be wrong, is in the future with Bitcoin, the more it grows, the more unsustainable it's going to be. Right now, it's using enough electricity to power Switzerland each year. For the whole world to use Bitcoin as like a reserve currency, it'll actually become unsustainable with the amount of electricity it's using. So with Cardano being 1.6 million times more energy efficient, I wanted to build something that did all the same stuff as Bitcoin without being dirty and killing the environment at the same time. So as tokens go out and roll out, the ADA is the actual value that takes the proof of work protocol's place. Did that help explain it at all, or did I make it more confusing?
No, that explains it. But I mean, I don't see Bitcoin going away like ever, to be honest with you. But
I honestly
what
don't
you're
either,
coming,
but not completely, but I see it always losing market value.
I don't. I mean, I see mass adoption coming as soon as there's regulation and a lot of stuff. But I mean, the maps and the things that people say about its electrical uses is it's just nonsense. I mean, it really is. If you go do your research on it, it's nonsense. And more of these miners are using solar anyway. So
See, I disagree. But I'm not going to argue with you on it, because it's, at the end of the day, you could be right, and it's not worth me arguing with it. But I disagree. I see it as a different thing. I see it as the whole thing about more and more people are using solar. That's not completely true. I mean, right now, everybody in other countries who are mining it, 70% of them or 80% of them aren't using clean technology at this point to do it. And the larger it gets, the more electricity it's going to consume. And even right now, Bitcoin's been losing market share to Ethereum and other altcoins for the last 2 or 3 years, and it hasn't bounced back like it done in the past. In the past, Bitcoin would lose market share, then it would gain it back. It would lose it, gain it back. Well, it hasn't gained it back yet. And I think we're going to, and I could be wrong, so take this with a grain of salt, but my personal opinion is you're going to continue to see that market share continue to slip over the years. Now, only time will tell if I'm right or wrong, but that's kind of where I believe it's going. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it'll be around forever. And I personally respect Bitcoin because it's, it was the first one here. But I think, this is my opinion, and I could be 100% wrong, but I think we might have seen Bitcoin's peak as far as market cap and its market share. I think we're going to see a continuous slide of it, but you and I obviously disagree on that, and only time will tell who's right, I guess.
right now it's at 41% dominant still. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, what I'm trying to do is just see what it is that you're trying to build here. And I mean, I like the idea that you're going to back it up with ADA, back it up with certain things. So I have no problem with our differences of opinion on Bitcoin.
Yeah, and were you here earlier when I explained what we plan to do with digital gold?
No, I wasn't. I was late.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build like a dashboard that'll tie into your browser, that you'll be able to do social media, banking and lending, You'll have a crypto wallet. You'll be able to go to a gaming platform that'll be interoperable first with Cardano projects and hopefully later with other blockchains. One of the biggest problems I kept seeing is when I tried to get people into crypto is they're always, oh, it's too complicated. It's too complicated. So I want to build something that's very simple for people to use. That's like just a browser extension, and that they can do everything from social media, banking and lending, their crypto wallet, all in one place, really easy. And that'll all be powered by the digital gold, digital silver, and digital diamond ecosystem.
Nice. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, so every time I try to get somebody into crypto, that's the biggest hurdle I had. So when I was trying to think of,
Yes,
hey, how can we innovate? What can we do? And that was kind of the.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. That's a huge hurdle for people getting into crypto is the challenge is the wallets and all the stuff they have to go through. So yeah.
I absolutely agree. I'm just going to chime in for a second. I hope it's okay.
No, that's fine.
Like I have a few of my mates who they see me, like, let's say buying off NFTs and making like a little bit of money off of it. And they're like, hey, I want to buy that NFT. I want to buy this. And then I tell him, well, it's not that easy. I'll tell you, you have to make a wallet. You'll need to have your seed phrase. Don't put it online. Laminate it, write it somewhere, keep it at home, never share it. And once I'm done with that, he's like, okay, you know what? Never mind. So it is quite difficult. What I'm trying to say, it is very difficult to get like any stranger, any person to migrate from what they're used to cryptocurrency. So I really like what this project is trying to do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's hopefully that we can start rolling those applications out sooner than later, and we can actually try to make it a little bit easier for everybody. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. You guys, I do have to run. We're going to set one up for next Saturday. I'd love to have you guys come back and ask some more questions. Unfortunately, I do have to run now. Anybody got anything real quick they missed out on asking? No? All right. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. Please stop by next Saturday. If you have any more questions, we're going to do this every Saturday every first Saturday of the month going forward. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to come hang out with me. So thank you.
Pleasure is ours.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys. Have a good Sunday.
All right, thank you. You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.